now. Okay. All right. So, for those of you that do not know me, my name is Sarah Zott, and I'm a Senior Gold Ambassador with Plexus Worldwide. And I'm so excited to be here with you guys and kind of just share about dreaming big. Now, obviously, when we have like our team calls, it's always something fun to meet together. And last week we had Ron going over the infrastructure chart and goal setting and how it all works. So it's great to all come together and collaborate together and just grow on this journey together. So if you are not familiar, this picture is from Up, the movie Up, with like the little boy and the older people. So I just thought, like, dreaming big, like what could you visualize? Like, what is something that's huge? Like, obviously a house floating away on balloons is not very possible. But with God, all things are possible, obviously. So I hope that you guys have thought together and really taken the time to think about what your dreams are. And I know that in life it's hard because when we're little, our parents and teachers and mentors say you can do anything. The sky is the limit. If you can be anything you want to, dream big. But oftentimes what happens is when we go to school, we, graduate from high school, get into college, or start working automatically, get a good job, a career, and then we kind of put those dreams on a shelf, so to speak, and we don't really look back at them. Maybe in the middle of our lives and think, yeah, that would have been nice for, me to, travel Europe or, help, pay off, someone else's, student loans, or build an orphanage, or give back to my favorite charity, or volunteer at this hospital, et cetera, et cetera. So obviously being in Plexus has really stirred up within me, as well as many other leaders and fellow ambassadors, is what our dreams are and dreaming big, because obviously the products alone in our company are truly amazing and changing people's lives. But another huge thing is the financial blessing and opportunity that comes with our company. And so by no means is it, all based on financial. It's kind of like a well-rounded opportunity, but there's a lot of things that we can do with the financial opportunity that is given with Plexus. So the first thing that I kind of want to jump into is with dreaming big is exactly what, I'm going to click on this. What is your dream? So one of my favorite verses that I always go to is Ephesians 3:20. It says, "Now unto him who by the power that is at work within us is able to do far over and above all that we dare ask or think, infinitely beyond our highest prayers, desires, thoughts, hopes, or dreams. To him be the glory." So obviously, dreams are God-given, okay? They're not something that is just on a whim that you just think of and think, oh, that would be nice, that, that were ever to happen. They're definitely put there from the Lord. And I think, and I believe, as well as other, network marketers like Les Brown has said, is, if the Lord has put that dream in your heart, then he will provide a provision for you in order for that dream to come to fruition. And we really have to believe that. So right now, I want you to write down on your paper, because I encourage all of you guys to go ahead and think about your dreams. So just write down 1 or 2 or 3 dreams that you can think of that you maybe have thought about since you were little, maybe something that the Lord has just put on your heart recently. I want you to write it down, and then when you have it, I want you to just show me on the screen, just to kind of give yourself that holding yourself accountable so that I can see it from each of you. And if you'd like to share, you can. You can share your dream with me and with the rest of our team. I should have like pretty elevator music as we're thinking. All right, and when you have it, go ahead and just unmute yourself and then go ahead and share that with our team. Share it with the group. If you don't mind, but I think I want to kind of push you out of your comfort zone to hold you accountable to that. Hi, Lori. Who's ready? Who's ready? Ron, are you ready? I'm going to unmute you. Do you have yours?
Pick on the guy, right?
No, I'm just saying you just looked at the screen, so I thought you were ready.
Well, I have 3.
Okay, that's great. Awesome. Awesome.
Well, I've always had my dream to have a retirement home with its own lake on it, on the property.
Awesome. Love it.
With its own little dock, so I can go fishing as often as I want to go fishing, you know.
I love it. And I love that you're visualizing that and share exactly what it looks like, that there's a lake, a dock, and I'm sure that you can see exactly what that looks like in your mind's eye.
I know the home. I know how I want to lay it out, you know.
Awesome.
I've thought about it often. That's
great.
And that's something I want to do by the time I'm 65.
Okay.
So 4 years.
Let's do it.
I'm ready.
All right. So the retirement home with the lake is at your, and then what are the other 2?
I always wanted to travel all 50 states.
Okay.
I wanted to. Natalie and I love to travel, so we don't know. We haven't figured out how we want to do it yet. If we want to do an RV kind of thing, or if we just want to go stay in nice hotels all around the country, you know, and live it up a little bit, you know.
Exactly.
Because RV food isn't exactly the best.
No.
Especially if mom and dad don't want to cook, you know.
Exactly.
And, you know, I always wanted to, one of my goals was to be able to earn over $200,000 a year. I just want to see if I can pull that off. Of course, that would only make me a sapphire in this company. You know?
Right? Yeah, I know. So dream big. You have the potential.
So maybe I better bump it to about $500,000. Then that's one of those big, hairy, audacious goals, right?
You can. I like it. Perfect. I love it. Excellent. Great job. Thank you, Ron, for sharing that. Jamie, did you write yours down?
I did.
All right.
I just got on my computer now, so.
Awesome.
Okay. So I got my 3, right?
Okay.
I want to retire my husband in 3 years.
Okay.
I want to build a log home in the woods, and I want to be able to fund a homeless teen feed until I'm dead.
That is fantastic. Amazing. Yes. I love it.
Yeah, because, I mean, years and years ago, I was on the streets, and there was a lot of teenagers out there that just needed food. I mean, it would have kept them alive. So
and that is so awesome. Oh my gosh, it's so cool, because there's no one else that would relate to them better than you, Jamie, because you did that is huge. Oh, I get goosebumps. It's so awesome. Fantastic. Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, next I'm just calling on people. So Ashley, are you ready to share? Oh wait, okay, go sister. I can't hear you. Oh no. Can any of you guys hear her?
No.
Plug it in. Is it plugged in?
It is plugged in the first
There we go.
I had to take my earphones out.
It's okay.
All right. So my first one is to finish paying off my school loans.
Yep.
And my second one is to go back to school and finish school, because I'm about a year away from finishing school.
That's so awesome.
And then my third one is I'd like to travel all around Europe.
Yes, me too, girl. That's awesome. Awesome. Perfect. I love that you guys are being like detailed so that we can all see it, that you can actually visualize what that's going to look like in order for that to happen. Awesome. That's fantastic. Thank you, Ashley.
Thank you.
Beasley, Danielle, are you ready?
I am muting my phone. Okay, my first one is have my hubby home full time.
Okay.
The second one is be able to give far above and beyond anything I've ever done, which is also helping people around me be the lender, not the borrower.
I love it. Okay.
And my third is have a big, large log house.
Yay, Danielle!
Yay. Okay, so is that the one that you want in Alaska? Right?
It has to be on 1,000 acres. So
Of land, right?
yeah, it has to be
Okay.
1,000.
I'm writing them down, so I'm holding you to them. If you tell them, I'm going to keep you to it. These are your wanted people. Okay, awesome. And you said that was your 3, Danielle?
Yeah, but I want to be able that third one for the log house at 1,000 acres is including.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. I don't know what that is. I don't know. I know. Something weird. That's okay. All right. Perfect. All right, Beth, you're next, sister.
My first one is to build a home. I'm not sure of the location yet,
Is
but
it your dream house?
yes.
Okay.
Pay debt, and I actually have 4. I want to take my hubby to Africa, and then
Right.
I want to be able to bless single mothers.
Awesome. Awesome. Perfect. So would you want to do that here, like in California, or do you have a certain place where you'd like to do that, or just anywhere in the U.S.?
Anywhere.
Awesome. Perfect. Great, great, great. Thank you for sharing, love. All right, Lori. Dreams, my dear. So what is something that you feel like maybe the Lord has placed on your heart, maybe something that you have wanted to do since you were little, maybe something that scares you a little bit? What is a dream? It could just be one thing for now that you would like to have to come to fruition.
That's a good question.
If you need to, you can think about it. It's okay.
Yeah, I need time. I was listening to everybody else as I came in late on it.
So we'll come back to you. We'll come back to you.
I'll think about it.
All right, perfect. So obviously, the reason why I want you guys to think about your dreams is because without vision, there is no compass at all. You can't, if you're sailing the seas like a captain on a ship in the ocean, if he has no idea where he's headed, how is he going to chart the course? He can't, because he has no idea where he's going. So the same thing for us in our business and in our life itself, aside from Plexus, is if we don't have goals and dreams as to what we want to accomplish in our life, we're just going to be sitting, living, mediocre lives, not really fulfilling our true passion and purpose that the Lord has placed within us. So the second thing, obviously, just kind of reiterates it. And I like adding verses just because I am a believer in Christ and I'm faith driven, and I believe that He is obviously the most important reason that we're on this earth is to do His will in our lives and to bless other people through Christ. And so one of the verses that I love is Proverbs 16:13. It says, "Commit thy works unto the Lord, and thy thoughts shall be established." So obviously, again, that I just said, dream that the Lord has put in your heart, also He will make the provision for it to come to pass. So for each of you that just shared your dream with me, and I love that all of you gave me more than one, and that's fantastic, because your dream will also become your why. And I know many times you guys have heard, what is your why? Why what? Like, why am I doing Plexus? Why am I taking the products, etc.? And the reason why a lot of people see the opportunity with Plexus and they see the financial opportunity is they have dreams, and their why is their dreams that are pushing them forward. So just like last week when we talked about Ron's structural tension chart, just like that rock or that sling that's pushing us to our goals. We have the eyes on that prize, on the bullseye. So if we're using our goals and we see where it's headed, we're going to use everything that we have, you know, in Plexus. Daily activity, goal setting, growing ourselves is going to push us to accomplishing those goals. So obviously, in order to make your dreams come to fruition, you have to make a plan for your dreams, which I know many of us talk about. So some points that I want to touch on is obviously first setting goals. And those are so important. I know Ron touched on it last week. Many of the leaders really talk about that because, again, without a destination in mind, you're going to be lost on your journey. You will not, you know, make anything happen. So if you, you know, plan to fail, or if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And if you plan on nothing, you're going to hit it every single time, which is kind of, you know, it would not be, you know, the best thing to aim at nothing, because if you want to hit, you're going to want to hit that bullseye every single time by goal setting. So I added the structural tension chart, and if you don't know what that is a file also on our team page, which we can share with you after and answer questions, and then also a daily to-do list. So what that looks like, we call it our IPA, which is income producing activity. So that could be, you know, sharing on Facebook. It could be following up with those people who've inquired to you about Plexus, maybe liked a post or asked you in an email. You can also reach out to your top 100. So make your Franks list. And if you don't know what that is, you can message me after and I'll kind of help you. But pretty much a Franks list is kind of, you know, just a list of your people. That's your assets, as Ron would say, of the people that's going to help push you to accomplishing those goals. So continually doing daily actions will help move you closer to your dream. So obviously, if you have a plan, you have your goals set, and then you have to do daily activities. So just because you have your goals, that doesn't do anything. Just because, you know, I have a book, doesn't mean I'm going to read it. I need to pick that sucker up and actually do daily activity in order to get that book read. So the same thing is exactly the same when we're pursuing our dreams. We have to do daily steps in order to make us be closer to accomplishing those dreams. So the last point on this is if you don't work to pursue your dream, no one will make it happen for you. So all of your dreams, like Ron, the retirement home that you want, Danielle, the fact that you want Robert to retire early and to be home, guess what? No one is going to make that happen for you except yourself and Jesus. So if you really want that, you must write it down, put it in front of you, do your goal setting, and do daily activity in order to make that happen. And I'm not saying it, you know, out of to hurt you. I'm saying it because I love you. These dreams are amazing, you guys. Like, to open up a home, Jamie, and to be there for teens, like, that's huge. Beth, like, to have a home or to support single mothers. These are all amazing things that will come to fruition if we take the steps necessary in order for them to happen. All right, so the next thing that I want to talk about after we talk about goal setting is the law of the inner circle. So if you're not really familiar as to what that is, I'm reading and going through a group study with the laws of 21 irrefutable laws of leadership with John Maxwell. This is my second time reading it, and every time you always get something new out of a book that you read. So one of the things, obviously, that we know, I'm sure our parents have said it, we've heard it a lot of times, you are who you surround yourself with. So on the positive side, if you surround yourself with positive people and like-minded people, they're going to encourage you, they're going to uplift you, they're going to edify you in your dreams, and, you know, celebrate when you succeed and when you accomplish those different goals. They're going to encourage you to be creative, to think outside the box. Maybe they're going to have an idea that you didn't think of to help accomplish those goals. They're going to help you live an extraordinary life. And I heard this analogy before. Danielle actually shared with me this other entrepreneur, and she says, you want to be around people who are hungry, not thirsty. So I'll explain that. So people who are hungry to learn, are hungry to succeed, are hungry to accomplish the goals set before them. And if you notice, all of the positive people are all like, yes, optimistic, I can do it, have a plan in place in order to succeed. Now, on the opposite token of that is negative people. Sometimes they can be pessimistic, I would say. But again, if you surround yourself with these type of people are going to be tearing you down instead of lifting you up. You're going to have disappointment around these people. You're not going to live an extraordinary life. Your life will be nothing but mediocre if you're not pushing towards your goals and you're surrounding yourself with those type of people. You'll live an unfulfilled, ineffective life. People like that are patronizing and they are thirsty. Now, going back to the same thing that I talked about, people who are hungry are going to really push. They're going to be pushing you forward, encouraging you, edifying you. But people are thirsty are taking away from you. If your cup is filled after being around a positive person, you're going to go next to this person who is negative, who's tearing you down, who is cynical, and they're going to be taking away that water from you. They're going to be taking and taking and taking. Never putting in, but just taking away. And you have to be really smart. You may think that people around you in this business, in your life, in your family even, are hungry people. But mind you, once you get to know them and really see their character and their actions, we always say actions speak louder than words, you'll realize that these people may turn out to be thirsty, which is why you have to be careful who you surround yourself with. Now, obviously, even in your friendship circle or your family circle, you may have people who are not edifying, that kind of tear you down a little bit. So that doesn't mean cut off contact with, your great Aunt Sue or something. You just can limit the time that you're with those people. You can just limit it and just engage more in the people who are feeding into you and uplifting you. So I hope that makes sense, that analogy, because really you're only as strong as the weakest person around you. So when you surround yourself with strong, like-minded people who have different strengths in your areas of weaknesses, will definitely uplift you and push you forward to attaining and earning those goals. And again, if you have any questions or you want to add anything, you can go ahead and unmute yourself, because this is not just me, it's you guys adding part too as well. All right, so the next thing, first we had goal setting, making a plan. Second was the law of the inner circle, surrounding yourself with like-minded people. And the third point that I wanted to talk about is personal development. Jim Rohn is one of my favorite inspirational network marketing leaders. He is amazing. He has so much knowledge, and I've just covered the surface of that, because he is a very deep wealth of knowledge of networking and just life itself, really. So one of the quotes that Jim Rohn said, he says, if you want to have more, you have to become more. For things to change, you have to change. For things to get better, you have to get better. For things to improve, you have to improve. If you grow, everything grows for you. So again, when you're doing personal development, it's so important to invest in those things, because you cannot give what you do not have. If you don't invest in yourself personally, and as an individual, it doesn't mean just with network marketing and learning the business, but also spiritually learning yourself, doing different training workshops and learning about yourself more. So obviously, if you commit to personal development, you will grow and you will develop over time. But I love, the thing is if you want to have more, you have to become more. So like Ron, if you want to earn that $500,000 each month or each year, well, you could do it each month if you wanted. You have to become more. You have to become that person who can manage that $500,000 each year, who can actually, meet with those people and hang around and do the things necessary in order for those resources to come your way. So just some different tips and things that you can read for personal development. Just some examples is 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, The 4-Year Career Circle Maker, Failing Forward, How Successful People Think. And then obviously for myself, devotionals and spending time with the Lord and reading my Bible is huge. Getting your spirit fed is so important. I have to do it every single morning. I don't have to, but I want to, because it feeds my spirit, and I am refilled and refueled when I meet with the Lord. So definitely taking time for you as well, having that time to kind of decompress, prayer, things to just kind of relax a little bit. Other things is training for both your business and yourself. So obviously we do trainings just like this, as well as, you know, opportunity meetings, different things, trainings, convention. Super Saturday is coming up in January, as well as other training on yourself. So I have been to Productive Learning, and that was actually a training, a series of classes where you can learn about yourself, learn about your subconscious of mind, where certain things come from. And it really has been amazing. I went to 3 classes, and I really didn't get anything out of it until the 3rd one, because that's when I really decided to kind of let go and kind of break down my walls and allow myself to learn more about where, you know, certain things come from. Why am I thinking this way? Why do I feel defensive or frustrated at this point in time when they just said this or that? It really is awesome to learn about yourself more. That way that you can be effective with the people around you. Another thing is a mentor-mentee program. If you do not have a running partner, and I do not mean someone that's on the track running with you, which obviously an exercise partner is fantastic, but what I mean is someone who is possibly most likely in the business with you. It could be, it doesn't even have to be someone on your team. It could be a sideline, someone on someone else's team who also is a gold or silver ambassador, and you're kind of, you know, holding each other accountable. And pushing each other to do your daily activity, doing personal development, being consistent, following up, and also having that support, because who else would understand rather than someone who's running it right there with you, someone who's doing that journey, making those calls and goal setting with you. And plus, it's a blessing to get to know someone else who's pushing and what their dreams are to achieve. Another thing that I talked about is prayer. I think that that's so important, because, you know, ask and it'll be given to you, like seek and you shall find. The Lord wants great things for us, just like, you know, Ephesians 3:20. He has amazing, amazing things for us. But if we don't ask of the Lord, it's like, okay, there's nothing I can do until you ask me, because the Lord wants amazing things for all of us. And when these things happen, when these goals and dreams come to fruition, you guys, it's not us that gets the glory, it's the Lord. And how amazing is that going to be when we get to that place where these things are happening in our own lives, and we're seeing the thousands of blessings and lives changed because of that. And that is by the grace of God, and what a gift that is. And I can't wait for every single one of us to fulfill those dreams. And one of the last little things that says you can't pursue your dreams if you do not grow yourself. So obviously personal growth is very, very important. So I think, yes. Okay, so I tried adding a clip and it didn't work. So I'm gonna add, it's like a little video, and it's like 6 minutes long, but it's really good and inspirational. I don't know if you've heard it before, but it's really, really good. I know it may be a little muffled, but I hope you enjoy it.
It's possible for you to live your dream. It's necessary that you associate with winners, that you work your system, that you are relentless, that you never give up. It's you. You've got to take personal responsibility. You've got to make it your personal business to make it happen. And you've got to resolve within yourself that I can do this, that it's hard. But you've got to say, I'm the one. I'm the one to make this happen. I'm the one to become successful in this business. As you work to help other people to become successful, that feeds your success. But you know it's going to be hard, but find out what will make it worth it for you. I told Mr. Washington I wanted to become a disc jockey. Someone asked me to tell this story. And he said, Les Brown, he said, if you want to do anything worthwhile in life, you've got to be hungry. And so I started working to develop myself. He said, I want you to practice every day being a disc jockey. I said, but I don't have any job now. He said, it doesn't matter. He said that it's better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than to have an opportunity and not be prepared. Mm-hmm. So every day I was working to develop myself. And that's what you must do. And as I was working to develop myself, I applied for a job as a disc jockey, WMD, on Miami Beach. I went to a guy named Milton Butterball. I said, how you doing, Mr. Butterball? I'd like to get a job as a disc jockey. He looked at me, he said, do you have any broadcast background? I said, no, sir, I don't. Do you have any journalism background? I said, no, sir, I don't. He said, we don't have any jobs available. I said, yes, sir. I went back to Mr. Washington and I told him, he said, don't take it personally. He said, most people are so negative, they will have to say no 7 times before they say yes. Mm-hmm. He said, go back again. So I went back again. I said, how you doing, Mr. Butterball? My name is Les Brown. He said, I know what your name is. What do you want? I said, I'd like to know whether or not you have any jobs at disc jockey, sir. He said, didn't I just tell you yesterday we didn't have any jobs? I said, yes, sir, but I know whether or not somebody got laid off or somebody was fired, sir. He said, no one was laid off or fired. Now get on out of here. I came back the next day. Hello, Mr. Butterball. How are you? He said, fine. What do you want now? I said, I'd like to know whether or not you got any jobs, sir. Didn't I tell you the last 2 days we didn't have any jobs? I said, yes, sir, but I don't know whether or not somebody got sick or somebody died, sir. He said, no one got sick or died. Now don't come back here and throw me out again. I came back the next day like I was seeing you for the first time. I said, hello, Mr. Butterball. How are you? He looked at me with rage. He said, go get me some coffee. I said, yes, sir. I went to get him some coffee. After a while, I would give them lunch and dinner, and I would go in the control rooms and take the disc jockeys their food, and I would not leave until they would ask me to leave. Then they started trusting me to pick up entertainers that came to town. Entertainers like the Four Tops and the Temptations and Donna Ross and the Supremes. I would drive them all over Miami Beach in the disc jockeys' big long Cadillacs. I didn't have any driver's license, but I was driving like a handsaw. And one Saturday afternoon, while I was at the radio station, a guy named Rock was drinking while he was on the air. I was the only one there, looking at him through the control room windows, walking back and forth, young, ready, and hungry. I was saying, drink, Rock, drink. Drink, Rock. I'd have gone to get him some more if he'd asked me to. Pretty soon the phone rang and it was the general manager. And I answered the phone. I said, hello? He said, Les, this is Mr. Klein. I said, I know. He said, Rock can't finish his program. I said, I know. He said, would you call one of the other DJs in? I said, yes, sir. I hung the phone up. I said, now he must think I'm crazy. I called my mom and my girlfriend, Cassandra. I said, y'all turn up the radio and come out on the front porch. I'm about to come on the air. I waited for about 20 minutes. And I called him back. I said, Mr. Klein, I can't find nobody. He said, young boy, do you know how to work the controls? I said, yes, sir. He said, go in there and don't say nothing here. I said, yes, sir. I couldn't wait to get behind those controls. I put on an old Stevie Wonder record called Fingertips. I sat down behind that turntable. I said, look out, this is me, LB, Triple P. Les Brown, your platter playing papa. There were none before me, and there will be none after me. Therefore, that makes me the one and only. Young and single and love to mingle, certified, bonafide, indubitably qualified to bring you satisfaction, a whole lot of action. Look out, baby, I'm your love man. I was hungry. I was hungry. You gotta be hungry. You gotta be hungry. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to make your dream become reality, the people that are running at their dreams know that it's possible that you can live your dream, that it's necessary, that you're relentless, that you have a plan of action, that you are creative. The people that are living their dream of finding winners to attach themselves to. The people that are living their dreams of a people that know that if it's going to happen, it's up to them. And they're resolving within themselves, it's not over until I win. The people that are running after their dream know they're going to have hard times. They keep on running because they're saying within themselves, I'm the one. I'm the one. No matter how bad it is or how bad it gets, I'm going to make it. The people that are running after their dreams are the people that are hungry. Shake somebody's hand on your right and left and say, you got to be hungry.
You got to be hungry.
And as you run towards your dream, I want to dedicate this to you that I love very much. I want to thank Dexter and all of you. It's something that I'm known by. It's on our tapes called Choosing Your Future. And it says simply this, that if you want a thing bad enough to go out and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep for it, if all that you dream and scheme is about it, and life seems useless and worthless without it, and if you gladly sweat for it and fret for it and plan for it, and lose all your terror of the opposition for it, and if you simply go after that thing that you want, with all of your capacity, strength and sagacity, faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity. If neither cold poverty, famish, or gulf, sickness, or pain, or body and brain can keep you away from the thing that you want, if darkened and grim, you besiege and beset it, with the help of God, you'll get it. This is Mrs. Mamie Brown's baby boy, Leslie Calvin Brown, saying it's been a plum-pleasing pleasure, as well as a privilege. Thank you.
Awesome. Oh my gosh. How could you not be inspired like after listening to all that? Like seriously. Oh my gosh, amazing, amazing. Okay, so some of the things obviously that Les Brown talks about, we'll kind of just go back in on it. You know, just having that drive and being hungry to let those things, let your dream become your drive. And any time that it gets hard, which it will, trust me, things that are worth having do not come easily, but your dreams set before you will encourage you, inspire you, get you up when you feel like you've been knocked down, to push forward and to fulfill those dreams. And I get goosebumps every time I listen to him. And I was able to see him at convention this last year at our Plexus convention, and it was truly, truly amazing. This man is gifted by the Lord, and his words totally just, totally just change the course of your future. I feel like he's just so gifted. And it's true. It's true for us that these dreams that you guys have written down will come to fruition if you are driven by them. And if, just like he said, if you're losing sleep and your scheme is about it, this is what you are here to do. These blessings are on the horizon of waiting for you to claim them. So as we close the training tonight, I want to give you guys some homework. So for those who haven't had some in a little bit, but it'll be fun for you. So I don't know if any of you have heard about dream boards, but I want each of us to make one. I'm going to make one too. I have one, but I haven't made it for my office yet. And I want you to actually make it. So whether you need to go on a magazine, print off pictures on your computer, but I want you to make a dream board about these goals. So these dreams that I've written down that you have shared with me and the rest of our team, I want you to actually make a visual board of this, whether it's, that home for single moms, that log cabin in the woods, financial freedom, hitting emerald, diamond, whatever it is, I want you to make a board for it. And wherever you sit on the computer, or even if it's in a room or something, I want you to post it where you're going to see it every single day, multiple times a day. Because again, when you feel like you get knocked down on your back and you look up and see those dreams, that is what's going to push you to get up and to keep moving and to keep going. So obviously you can do your rank that you're shooting for soon, the one that's next, or you can do long term. So these are just some examples. This one had, emerald, building a dream home, her Plexus, getting college paid off. And then this lady wanted to go to Ireland, have financial freedom completely, to be debt free. different things like that. And it's going to look different for each one of you, but make it personal, make it your own. These are just some examples. You don't have to do exactly this, but just different things for you to see what is possible, and to have your dreams in front of you. Because again, these dreams are not put on your heart for nothing. They're not just, thoughts in the wind. These are real, tangible dreams that can and will come to fruition if you push forward and do the steps necessary in order to make it happen. So I hope that this little training inspired you guys and really let you dream big and really visualize and see what it's gonna look like. And Ron, I could see you sitting on that porch, putting a pole out and fishing on that lake, getting some good fish for dinner. Some great things can happen. So I would say that the deadline for this is Friday night at 9 p.m. So if you can just, I'll make a board on our post on our team page. So for those of you to do it. Now, obviously, you're not going to get a reward to do it. The reward is in yourself for you to do this. But it's awesome to have those dreams to look at and goals before you. So 9 p.m. on Friday. And you can just post a picture in the comment section. And I can't wait to see what you guys come up with, the boards that you have, and the different dreams maybe that you haven't thought of. Lori, I know that you're still thinking about yours. But do this, because if you don't have a dream, something visually to see, you're going to miss the mark every single time. So push yourself to make this dream board, to get your dreams on paper, on a board, glue it, even if you have to write it out. I don't care. I just want you to, so that you can see it every single day, so that'll motivate you and push you to fulfill them. I love you guys. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see what these look like. If there's any questions, you can go ahead and unmute yourself. I'm going to go ahead and stop recording. I don't know how to do it. There we go.